Hello everyone and welcome to one of the decks I'm very excited to play, and that deck is called Command The Cheerios. So what is this deck trying to do? So this deck is trying to do one thing, and that's resolve Command the dreadhorde. But what are we trying to get with this? Are we trying to get good creatures? The answer is no. We are trying to get a bunch of X creatures. Now, you might think, why would you want that? Because these would die as soon as they enter the battlefield and they cost you nothing. I mean, with Command the dreadhorde, they give you exactly no value. And you are 100% right, this gives me no value, except we play Corpse Knight and Cruel Celebrant. So what the deck is trying to do is just to reanimate Corpse Knight, Cruel Celebrant, and a bunch of these with command. So they enter all on the field at the same time. So Corpse Knight is going to trigger for every single one of them. And then they're all going to die because they're going to enter at 0/0. So Corpse Knight is also going to trigger for all of them. So potentially if we get these two and 4 of this, that's 8 damage out of nowhere. But if we get 2 of these, if we get 4 of these, that is, then 1 of this, that's 16 damage. And I'm pretty excited to try and resolve this combo. Now, we are playing this deck in my free-to-play account because of the standard FNM event that lets you play with any deck you want. Now, I'm just doing that to earn the couple of daily quests that I have, and at the same time give you guys a video. So that's gonna be pretty much it for the deck. Tamiyo is here just because she kind of lets us mill all of these quickly into the graveyard, and she can sometimes return dreadhorde for us. Gazmina does the exact same thing. She kind of lets us discard one of these if they're in our hand. Thirst for Meaning, the same thing. Othefkai and Shatterskai are just there so I can kind of survive to the long game, because I can't take a bunch of damage and resolve Command the dreadhorde. It's quite hard for me. And I chose to go with Esper route because then worst case I can just hardcast these maybe if I need some blockers. And life is good, and sometimes you can just play this and then just a 10-10 reach trample is always a good card. So that's why I'm excited for this deck. This is always gonna probably be 3-3. And this is also fun as a 10-10. I mean, if the game is late and I still have nothing to do. Our mana base is pretty simple. We have plains, swamps, island, forests. I have 2 fabled passages, and the beacon is here because our color requirements aren't that scary. I mean, 2 white is the only thing we want to get, and so Tamiyo being splashed and the the life gain is pretty good with beacon. So that's pretty much it for the deck guide, and let's see you in the games. Game number 1 of Command The Cheerios is underway, and this isn't the best hand, but let's hope our opponent is not playing like a full meta deck. He's playing something casual just like we are. I mean, he already has the sleeves, he already probably did the event, so I don't think he's gonna be playing something meta. Are you seriously playing mono red in a event that's encouraging you to play whatever you can? I mean, he's probably testing his deck maybe before redeeming some wild cards. If that's the case, I'm sorry. We might have to run this out as a... Actually, running these out is not the worst idea against a mono red deck, just to like block, since we're gonna have them die regardless, so like might as well get some value from them. And a bunch of spewers, nice. So we're gonna start to go a route I never expected my deck to go with, and which is to just play these. Yeah, who thought I would ever play these just like for fun and not just play them to discard them. Alright, so let's just run this out as a blocker. We could have played this for 0 and this for 0, but I'm gonna choose not to for a reason, because I don't want them to die. So 7 dwarves is also cool. He's not gonna attack. I don't think he is gonna attack. He's probably just gonna start dealing damage with these. So if we do not a black source, we're gonna kill this because we can't deal with this. Or we can just shock into Fairy and bounce it, and that's not the worst idea. I mean, I kind of want him to attack so I can trade with one of his creatures, and Teferi just does that. Or we can bounce the dwarves just in case he has another one in hand, but I mean, he probably doesn't. Let's hope he doesn't. Let's hope he does not. So we draw our Corpse Knight, but we still have no black source. But we should be fine. I mean, if we drop this next turn, and then we drop a 2/2 Yugen's Conjuring, that's gonna be a decent spot for him. And if we draw Shatter the Sky at any moment, we're also in a good spot. So our opponent is still dealing damage to us. So we kind of need to start gaining some life, and as quick as possible, because this is not a good position to be in. So we're gonna trade with our Chamber Sentry. We're gonna trade with the Dwarf because the Dwarf is only gonna grow bigger. If we get a combat trick out of the way with this, I'm pretty fine with that. So Teferi is dead, but Teferi did this job. And I'm digging for a black source, and yes, we do draw a black source, so I think we're gonna just run out Oath of Kaya, or we can run out the Corpse Knight and a 2/2 Yugen's Conjurant. I'm leaning with that more just because we kind of need to start blocking and gaining some life. So let's run that. I want to keep this for next turn maybe because it's gonna grow bigger. I mean, a 4/4 reach trample is better in my opinion. And let's gain some life. We are fine, we should be fine. Because next turn we're gonna gain 3 life, meaning this is gonna be equal terms, but we can gain more life than our opponent, and we are fine with that as well. So opponent's probably not gonna attack us a bunch. If our opponent attacks, we just block, and we're fine. Our opponent does not attack, and we hit another source, so we could potentially go Oath of Kaya and a 2/2 Stone Coil Serpent, and I'm leaning to do that, like super bad. So let's just do that. A 2/2 Stone Coil Serpent is not gonna be the worst thing ever. So let's just pay 2 life, play this as a 2/2, and just pass. So right now we're at equal life because I think this gives him -1, -1, and we gain life. No, we don't gain life, that was the other one. Alright, so we're not that far away in life totals. And this says whenever a creature enters, so Kazmina still does damage to him, so I think we're gonna be on equal terms pretty soon. And we are going to block. I don't know if my opponent knows that this is gonna kill his creatures, or he's just throwing it away. And this has protection from multicolored, so I thought it's monocolored. So his creatures die, he gets a bunch of amass creatures. We're gonna Thirst Remaining just because we're not again under a lot of pressure, and I want to like try to dig for things. Let's discard this and a... I think we're gonna discard a... I meant to discard... Yeah, I think we're fine, it doesn't matter. I wanted to discard the Galder's Shrine just to have another black source, but this also gives us black, so we're fine. Let's bounce the Spear. I don't want him to concede, so let's just keep him in the game. If I bounce this, he's probably gonna concede, so let's keep him in the game. We need to resolve this combo at least just once. So Spear, Spear. If he drops Torbrand, oh okay, so no Torbrand. This starts dealing 3 damage with the Torbrand in play, and that's not something I want. If he attacks with a 2, I wanted him to attack with a 2/2 so we can trade it off. Let's play Kazmina, and then kind of try to loot for a Command The Dreadhorde. I mean, or a... What's her name? Tamiyo. We kind of need to get Tamiyo. Let's discard the planes and then just play this tapped, or just leave it for later. I mean, if we leave it for later, we can just maybe discard it to this, and we're not in any position where we want to play lands. We already have 6 lands for the combo. So I just want to run this out so he can block it maybe and kill it, because we do not want it on the field, we want it dead. And he does not kill it. Opponent, why did you not kill this? Let's see. Let's just play this land tapped. And plus. And that's it. So we're probably gonna block with Yugen's Conjuring just to kill it. And our opponent, I don't know if he knows that I want to kill my things. And just what I expected, this is now dealing 3. Just to me. Actually, yeah, this says only for opponents. That's cool, that's very cool, honestly. So let's just block here, here, and here, here. So we kind of need to deal with Torbrand or Spear, so we're not in that kind of bad position. Another Corpse Knight. Do I want to run this out? Not yet. Let's just loot with Kazmina before doing anything. Oath of Kaya. Yeah, I probably want the Oath of Kaya. I'm gonna try to trick him into blocking with this. And then if he blocks with this, he probably... we're probably gonna Oath of Kaya that, and then if that happens, we're back into this race because our opponent is just gonna be behind on life total, so he can't Spear forever, and then we're just gonna Oath of Kaya this, of course. So Torbrand is dealt with. I mean, I could have dealt with the Spear, but this is a better line of play in my opinion, since this is the problem. Yes, indeed, nice opponent, indeed. We're just gonna plus our Teferi so he doesn't concede when we play the other one, and then just pass. A Command The Dreadhorde I think is lethal at this stage because it gets us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we just need to draw Command and we're good, and we do not, sadly. So I just play this land, and I don't want another one of these, no thank you. And let's just Teferi bounce this. I mean, I could have bounced a removal spell, but again, I don't want him to concede. We want him to stay as long as possible so he doesn't just he doesn't lose interest, but we also want to be ahead so we can win. And again, we just need to command the dreadhorde and we're ahead. No attacks. I could have played the other Teferi. I think I'm just gonna play the other Teferi, bounces other creature. I don't think that's gonna force him to concede, and I could have attacked to finish the game, but we're not trying to win that way. We want to win by resolving Command the Dreadhorde. Thirst Meaning might dig us a bit deeper into Command the Dreadhorde. One thing I could have done if I known I would have drawn Thirst Meaning is to bounce this and then discard it to draw 3. And our opponent goes full aggro, but we're fine with that. We're ahead on life total. Nothing can kill us at this stage. We're gonna Thirst Meaning, try to hit Commander Dreadhorde, and no such luck. Discard an enchantment card. We're gonna decline, but then we're gonna discard it regardless. So we're gonna discard that way. Or actually just, too late. I think what we should have done is to just discard it and then discard that with Kazmina, but we're fine. I'm gonna keep the land in hand just in case we draw a just in case we draw a command. Alright, so we're just gonna discard this. We don't need lands, and so what happened didn't matter that much. We're still ahead. I mean, keeping another land in hand wouldn't have been that advantageous to our position. So we're at 9, he's at 4, so we're not that behind, and he's still doing this. I don't know why. Opponent, I don't want to kill you, but you're leaving me no choice. I really do not want this to happen. So please, deck, give us the command. That's not a command, deck. Please, I want a command. No, opponent, no! Let's try to get this in game number 2. If I don't draw a command next turn, next game I'm probably gonna just edit the deck a bit and then add just 1. And then probably adding 1 is gonna be enough. And yes, exactly what I want to draw. And no, I'm being sarcastic. And we draw a worse hand objectively, but we're gonna keep and bottom this. Yeah, I think we're just gonna bottom this because this is not gonna... You can only make it a 2-2 right now, while this can make any of our other ones 3-3s because this says it gets counter for each colors, and colorless is not a color. Colorless is not a creative color. So we're gonna probably run out the temple turn 1. Feels good to play a temple on turn 1. Tamiyo is gonna be something we're gonna definitely keep. And we're just gonna hope that our opponent is not playing some kind of mono-red aggro deck or a meta deck, and we're gonna be fine. So he's playing mono-white aggro. No, he's playing Charm Stray, so I think I'm fine with my opponent playing that, and we're not gonna be that behind. So let's just play this out as a 2-2. And just have a blocker for like 2 turns. I don't want to take a bunch of damage, honestly. We're trying to get Tamiyo, and then maybe I take damage just to protect Tamiyo on turn 4 if we draw a land. Knowing my luck, we're not drawing any lands anytime soon. So 2 mana. What are you going to play, opponent? A Goblin Banneret. So that's one way to get the counters on this. Next turn you can pump it, give this a counter, and we're probably gonna take, I mean that's only 5 damage. I'd rather much resolve this than save 5 damage. Or we can just run out the Stonecold Serpent for 3 next turn, block this. Yeah, I mean, drawing another Serpent kind of encourages me to do what I said, which is play this out for 3. And then block the Banneret next turn. Or even block the Stray. Let's see, depends on what my opponent does on his turn. Let's just not try to predict what our opponent can do, although I love doing that. So maybe he's not gonna have, he can't use Justice Strike to deal with this because this says it has protection from multicolored. So Shock works. Shock, I block anything, works. Lightning Strike also works, but I don't think he's playing Lightning Strike. At least I hope he's not. Don't even know if Lightning Strike is standard legal. I've not been keeping up. I think it's not standard legal, yeah. So that changes a lot in our plans because our opponent's probably not gonna attack. We're gonna block this way. And hope to draw a land for Tamiyo. Please, deck, give us just a land for Tamiyo. And Oath of Kaya isn't a land. I can't even play it. Wonderful deck. I love you, deck. So either only draw lands or we draw no lands. And yes, I've accurately described how Magic works and how the mana system works. So we're still in a fine position. We can block these for days. And this has protection from this. So we can block the Stonecold Serpent forever. So let's just block. So our opponent is running a mentor deck and we're fine with a mentor deck. Just please a land. Yes, 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 deck. Thank you. And what do I want to draw? I mean, lands are actually what I want to draw, but let's try to dig for commands. Let's try to dig for a command. And then if you hit like a thirst for meaning, we can return it for with Tamio. Let's try to get Command the Dreadhorde. And I don't think my opponent knows that how protection works. He's probably gonna run this out into this. So no attacks, and then we might consider just getting back the Goldish Shrine so we can have lands to hit command. Let's see. We're not into any rush to think what we're going to do just yet. We're still very... I mean, we're not ahead, but we're not behind either. I think it's a stalemate at this stage. So again, we're just gonna block with a 3-3. See, this is a cool thing about Stonecoil. You can just play it as a blocker, like forever, and then you can shatter the sky and then kind of get it into graveyard that way. And we draw a land, so we're just gonna continue with our plan of getting Commander Dreadhorde. Do we have any of the combo pieces yet? No, we don't. We have the 0 mana spells in our field. Okay, so we have one of the combo pieces in our deck, in our graveyard. And I'm gonna just run out the land and Oath of Kaya the Legion Warboss, kind of to force him to do something, because him just sitting and doing nothing isn't benefiting me at all. Let's see, I want him to attack and kind of try to kill off my things. So right now we can just get this and this, which is not enough to do damage. But Tamio is looking like it's gonna stick on the field for a while. Does he have the thing that gives protection from colors? That would be cool. Integrity. Alright, so we're fine, we're still gonna gain the life. And do we have a white source? I might return a white source and just board wipe next turn, but if we do, I think our opponent's probably gonna be mad and concede. This is why I'm afraid of running board wipes. Because whenever you run interaction and try to stop your opponent from killing you, opponent takes it as an insult. How dare you not let me kill you and win this game? And then boom, they concede. So what I'm hoping for is opponent is curious enough to see what the hell I'm playing and just stick around. Embercleave with this would be scary, because I think Trample does not. I think Trample still works with protection, so we're gonna be pretty worried of an Embercleave when he draws his second white source, his second red source. So if he, no, please don't concede, opponent. Please don't concede. Please don't concede, opponent. No conceding, please. No conceding. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. You can kill all of the Stonecoil Serpents I have, just don't concede. And do we go for Shatter the Sky? That's a question. I don't think I can keep on blocking this forever, especially if he draws Embercleave. If he draws Embercleave, he kills our Tamio. Let's just go with the jank. Forget about doing the right play, let's just go with the jank. Command the Dreadhorde. Alright, do we hit it? And we just keep on milling our lands. That's such a good thing to do. We can just reanimate our lands, right? No, we can't. So if he draws a second red source, I would have probably called Embercleave. And then I would have been happy because I called it, and then sad because I did not do what I said I should have done. So again, the usual, he makes a goblin. If he attacks Tamio with a lot of things, I'm probably gonna just board wipe, because I can't have Tamio die on me. She's the only source of card advantage we have right now. He's attacking me with everything. So he's gonna find out what protection does. He's gonna just learn about how protection from multicolored works. You're gonna take a bunch of damage. If he's playing like an inspired charge type effect, we take a bunch of damage, and that's like a lot of damage. But we're still at 22, so I don't know if inspired charge even kills us. Let's see. I'm gonna block 2 of these. So this is gonna block here and survive. This is gonna block the mentor and then just do nothing, because this prevents all damage. Deal to it and by it, and then we just remove 1 counter, so it's not that anyways. So let's see. If he has an inspired charge type effect, we're gonna take +2, so 3, 5, 8, 8 and 3, 11, 11 and 5, 16. I mean, that's bad, but that's not the worst thing ever. And then he maybe just pumped this. Alright, so he didn't do anything. Hopefully he doesn't extend and play something else, because I don't want him to play something else and then be mad about a board wipe. So opponent, please do not concede and do not play anything. So we draw our final land, so we can finally keep on digging for command and not feel bad about milling any more lands. So command the Dreadhorde, please, deck. No, deck, no, just command, just One time, give me the spell I asked for. So next turn, we're gonna do this loop all over again. We're just gonna try to draw into our command. And let's see, command right now is just gonna get us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 5 things, and we're gonna gain 5 life. 5 life. Our opponent is gonna take 5. So I think we should be fine with that. I mean, we're gonna have blockers for days. We're not gonna have blockers for days because they're just going to die, just like my hopes and dreams. So you can pump this attack with it. He's attacking Tamiyo. So he's taking 2, gaining 2. He wants that Tamiyo gone, and we're gonna block this because if he pumps it, that's more damage. He really wants that Tamiyo to be gone, so I think we're just gonna board wipe next turn. He wasn't attacking it before, but he is now. So he's pumping it before combat damage, makes my decision way easier for me, opponent. And that's my tip for you, don't do any of these abilities until blockers have been declared, because that changes a lot in combat damage and combat calculations. So we're just gonna have this die on us. Our Tamiyo is gonna take 5, but she's gonna return a white source for us, and then we're just gonna board wipe. And we don't even have to return the white source because we drew 1. Let's try to draw command. Command the dreadhorde. Alright, please. Deck, I hate you with everything I have. Let's just board wipe. I mean, I'm sorry opponent, but this is how we have to play the game. If you're playing jank, we have to survive long enough to draw our jank, because our 2 commands are probably these 2 last cards. So opponent, please do not concede. I beg you not to concede. I'll do anything if you don't concede. Just please don't concede. And yes, opponent does not concede. Opponent is a real man. Let's draw and try to dig for command once more. If you dig us a command, I will find your notes helpful, and you do not. And we're not gonna kill this because I don't want to make my opponent mad and make him concede. So we're just gonna act like we don't have interaction for the sole reason of trying to resolve our combo. And yes, he draws land, so we're still fine. We have 20 cards left in our deck, and we do not sadly draw anything. Let's try to dig for a command once more. Command the dreadhorde. And we don't hit it, are you serious? I mean, how many cards do we even have left? We only have 16 cards left. And you're telling me that none of my 16 cards left are a command. None of them. So I'm probably right, and these are the command. So we're digging through 5 cards per turn, and you're telling me that none of them are the card we need. And still no command. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I'm always naming Commander Dreadhorde. Are you serious? Are you serious? We're just gonna run out Corpse Knight. I mean, our opponent's just making us take 3 per turn. And I think we're probably gonna draw it next turn. If not, I was right, and it's in the last 10 cards, and 2 cards, I mean. That would be very unlikely, and our opponent's probably just gonna do the usual, which is make us take 3, and maybe play another 2-drop. Are you playing another 2-drop, opponent? No. And we finally draw Command the Dreadhorde. So, let's see. So do we have enough things to do? Can get just 1. We have a Corpse Knight. Do we have enough 0-drops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8, so that's 8, and then if you get 2 of these, we're still not dead. So I think we're just gonna try to do it one last time, and we're gonna name how much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 mana.
To the library.
So before naming anything, let's check if we have all of our Corpse Knight in the grave or not. So Corpse Knight and 2 of our Cruel Celebrants are in the grave. So let's name anything. We don't care about what we get. So our last command is one of these in case it doesn't work out. And let's just command the Dreadhorde. And no, I'm not taking anything from my opponent's graveyard. We're gonna get this. How much time do we still have? We still have a bunch of time. We're fine. This. I mean, we're not getting anything yet for some reason. Arena is pretty lagging. That's what happens when you're living in a third world country with bad internet. Get this. We still have a bunch of time. If I'm not wrong, yeah, we still have time. We're fine. Get no, not Tamio. Alright, sure. So let's make sure we're not dying. So I took, okay, so 4. We're fine. We're fine. This, we took these. That's 2 Chamber Sentry. And I'm not gonna go down to 1 because Shock just kills us. This, and that's it. I think 12 times 3 is probably going to be enough. So Command The Cheerios just doing its thing. Is it going to happen? Opponent, please do not concede when I did everything. Please just let this happen. Please let this happen. Opponent, you don't know how much this takes. I've been trying to deck for command for the past 8 turns. Opponent, please. Just let this happen. Yes, it does happen. It does happen. And they're all gonna die. No, opponent, let it resolve. Let it resolve. And all of the triggers happen. You have 33 triggers on the stack. Oh, good game, opponent, good game. Thank you for not conceding. I really appreciate you not conceding. Yes, and he's dead. He's dead. So that's gonna be pretty much it for the deck. I'm gonna leave the deck description I'm gonna leave the deck list in the description down below. I'm sorry, but I'm way too happy right now. So that's it for the video. If you enjoyed this content, please do make sure to subscribe. I'm gonna have a bunch of these Jang videos coming soon because I've tested a bunch of them thanks to the FNM at Home All Access event. That's what I think the event was made for you to test out. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.